concept of global warming being a satanic mission to undermine Jesus is a notion that has been circulating among certain religious groups. This idea is based on the belief that Satan is attempting to destroy God's creation and undermine the teachings of Jesus Christ. Proponents of this theory argue that global warming is not a naturally occurring phenomenon, but rather a deliberate attempt by Satan to bring about chaos and destruction to the earth. According to this perspective, Satan is using global warming as a means to turn people away from God and towards a more secular and humanistic worldview. By creating a sense of urgency and fear around climate change, Satan is allegedly manipulating individuals into believing that humanity is the cause of the problem, rather than recognizing the sovereignty of God. This, in turn, leads people to rely on human solutions and technological advancements to solve the crisis, rather than trusting in God's providence and divine plan. Some advocates of this theory point to the fact that many of the solutions being proposed to combat global warming, such as reducing carbon emissions and transitioning to renewable energy sources, are being promoted by secular organizations and governments. They argue that these efforts are ultimately rooted in a humanistic and secular worldview, which rejects the authority of God and the teachings of Jesus Christ. By supporting these initiatives, individuals are unknowingly contributing to Satan's plan to undermine the influence of Christianity and promote a more pagan and idol-worshipping ideology. Furthermore, some proponents of this theory believe that the emphasis on environmentalism and sustainability is a form of idolatry, where the creation is being worshipped and revered above the Creator. They argue that this is a clear example of Satan's deception, where he is using the issue of global warming to distract people from the true spiritual realities and lead them away from a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. In addition, some argue that the scientific community's emphasis on human-caused climate change is a form of propaganda, designed to manipulate public opinion and promote a particular agenda. They claim that the evidence for human-caused global warming is not as conclusive as it is often made out to be, and that there are many alternative explanations for the observed changes in the Earth's climate. By promoting the idea that humanity is responsible for global warming, Satan is allegedly creating a sense of guilt and shame, which can be used to control and manipulate individuals into conforming to a particular worldview. Despite the claims made by proponents of this theory, there is no empirical evidence to support the idea that global warming is a satanic mission to undermine Jesus. The overwhelming scientific consensus is that human activities, particularly the emission of greenhouse gases from burning fossil fuels, are significantly contributing to the observed changes in the Earth's climate. Moreover, the Bible teaches that humans are stewards of the earth and have a responsibility to care for and protect the creation. Rather than viewing global warming as a satanic plot, Christians can respond to the issue of climate change in a way that is consistent with their faith. This can involve supporting efforts to reduce carbon emissions, promote sustainability, and care for the poor and vulnerable who are often most affected by environmental degradation. By doing so, Christians can demonstrate their love for God and their neighbors, while also promoting a more just and equitable world. In conclusion, the idea that global warming is a satanic mission to undermine Jesus is a speculative and unfounded notion that lacks empirical evidence. While it is true that Satan is a real and active force in the world, seeking to deceive and destroy humanity, there is no reason to believe that global warming is a deliberate attempt by Satan to undermine the teachings of Jesus Christ. Instead, Christians can respond to the issue of climate change in a way that is consistent with their faith, promoting a more just and sustainable world, and demonstrating their love for God and their neighbors.